Russia accuses Kyiv of planning to stage nuclear incident.
Here's a summary of the article.
Russia said on Sunday that Ukraine was planning to stage a nuclear incident on its territory to pin the blame on Moscow ahead of a United Nations meeting, without providing evidence for the accusation. Since the start of its invasion of Ukraine nearly a year ago, Russia has repeatedly accused Kyiv of planning false flag operations with non-conventional weapons, using biological or radioactive materials. Russia's defense ministry said in a statement that radioactive substances had been transported to Ukraine from a European country and Kyiv was preparing a large-scale provocation. The aim of the provocation is to accuse Russia's army of allegedly carrying out indiscriminate strikes on hazardous radioactive facilities in Ukraine, leading to the leakage of radioactive substances and contamination of the area, it said. A view shows Zaporizhzhia nuclear power plant from the town of Nikopol, amid Russia's attack on Ukraine, in Dnipropetrovsk region, Ukraine November 7, 2022. Ukraine and its allies have dismissed such accusations as cynical attempts to spread disinformation and has accused Moscow of planning incidents itself in a bid to blame Ukraine.
This post received a score of 23,000, with an upvote ratio of 92%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Russia predicts foreshadowing.
Chekhov's gun.
I thought he used a phaser? I'll show myself out until Act 3.
Must be the radiation.
From the nuclear vessels.
NOOOOKWEEARWWWW vessels.
So Russia is draining the cooling pond of the nuke reactor in Ukraine, setting it up for a meltdown, but it's Ukraine planning on staging an incident. Right.
How could Ukraine do this? The meme just made its way to Russia.
Well, Zelensky is a comedian after all. Alright, now we know Russia is about to do something stupid.
Russia is already doing something stupid. ? As of February 10, they're draining the cooling reservoir to cause a nuclear reactor meltdown at nuclear plant in Ukraine. Edit to add link. Edit to remove. The edit to add, as of February 10.
Didn't they scram the reactors last year? The decay heat should be way below the threshold of needing that reservoir.
I think they brought most of them back online in the interim. Not having that base load is probably a bitch to plan for.
Yeah, keep in mind there's a literal gun to the head of the employees of that reactor right now. Russia has been occupying that plant and storing military equipment in it the whole time.
Except they don't care about their soldiers on the front lines. They have already proven that and sacrificed tens of thousands of them. Putin is getting desperate and he's a madman like a Stalin or Hitler. He needs to be stopped.
I think you replied to the wrong comment.
Assumption. Russia is going to stage a nuclear incident.
A Russian Telegram channel a few days ago called for destroying the electrical supply to Ukraine's NPPs, forcing them to be turned off and making it difficult for them to be restarted, so that could be one of the possibilities.
And they're draining the NPP's cooling pond as well.
What could go wrong?
Looks at list and back at you then back at list. Listen, I really don't want to talk about it.
I read this in the guy's voice that did the Old Spice ads. Swan dive.
Old Spice is now breaking into other commercials.
It's a Tide ad.
Russia is getting ready to do something stupid. Rule number 1 in the Kremlin propaganda rulebook: accuse your enemy of doing something that you are going to do. They will probably attack a nuclear power plant and then accuse the Ukrainians of sabotage.
I feel like they just took the plan for 2022 and just scribbled a 3 over the last number and gave that to Putin. I swear we've been here before.
It does sound like the same false flag operation that was called out last year.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.